everybody, it's Zach at newtutorial.com. Wanted to come in and do a quick video. I have had an encounter with some of you who've been watching my channel would have remembered John Mark Harris, who's a pastor in Texas and used to be a pastor in Illinois. And I had some friends who knew him there. And he posted this last Memorial Day, just yesterday was Memorial Day, and posted the hashtag of Memorial Day barbecue and the verse of Acts chapter 10 verse 13 where it says, "And a voice came from heaven and said, 'Arise, Peter, go, kill and eat.'" And and then the Memorial Day barbecue hashtag, which obviously made it pretty clear that you're okay to eat anything you want for this Memorial Day. Feel free to barbecue whatever pork or shrimp or catfish you want, because it's all clean now, and our Father's words in his Torah in Leviticus no longer apply. And so that insanity continues to mystify them, because it mystifies me. I don't understand how they cannot put this in context. It says Peter was greatly perplexed at the vision and what it might mean. He saw the vision 3 times. 3 times. How many people came to the door? 3 people. 3 Gentiles. 3 people who were not Jewish. They were not Hebrews. They were not of any tribal ancestry whatsoever. They came, and 3 of them came to the gate. He saw the vision 3 times. And Peter was greatly perplexed, because here he was just shown something in a vision that he knew since birth was wrong. He had been taught this for his whole life. You know, if you were out praying one day and you saw a vision and a cloth full of innocent women and children came down and a gun, and you heard a voice that said, "Arise, shoot and kill," would you not also be greatly perplexed at the vision? Because you know it's just basic common sense, and based on your moral values, it's wrong to kill innocent people. It's wrong to kill somebody. So why would it also not be perplexing to Peter to see a vision and telling him to do something that he has always been taught was wrong? It's why he was greatly perplexed. But you see, we don't read verse 28. And I replied to John Mark Harris verse 28 in that Facebook posting, because verse 28 brings it all home. It says, it says in that verse, Peter says, "God has shown me that I should not call any man common or unclean." Any man common or unclean. Because 3 Gentiles came to the door. He saw the vision 3 times. Peter, in verse 28, gets the meaning of the verse. He says, "Aha, now I get it. God says I should not call any man common or unclean." And so it continues to perplex me how people misunderstand this verse. And really what it comes down to is a lust of the flesh. It's a lust of the flesh to eat your pork chops and pork steaks and shrimp cocktails and your catfish and things that the Father calls an abomination, the things that he says you should not eat. And so what does Paul say? What does Paul say in Galatians 5 are one of the lusts of the flesh? Uncleanness. Uncleanness, Paul says. One of the lusts of the flesh is uncleanness. And what does our Father say in Leviticus 11? "Do not eat these things. It is unclean to you." Unclean. And so one of the lusts of the flesh is what the things you want to put in your body. One of the things your stomach desires. I want to eat pork. I want to eat bacon. It tastes good. I love shrimp. I want to eat shrimp. I want to eat catfish fillets. But see, that's a lust of the flesh. And so many people in the Christian church today, and pastors included, have no idea what this means, because they don't read their Torah. They don't read the instructions of the Father that he says are to be forever throughout your generations. He doesn't make these up and change them. He doesn't change. The Father does not change. He's the same today, yesterday, and forever. And so why do our pastors today think they can, change the meaning of things and create new doctrines and allow people to eat the things that their Father calls an abomination? It's a lust of the flesh. I have a real hard problem with my Christian friends and family. They come to me and ask for prayer for different things. They say, "Hey, so-and-so's got cancer. Hey, so-and-so's got a cyst or a tumor. My friend's got a brain tumor. And my friend's just had a stroke. And we need prayer. We need prayer for this thing. And please lift us up in prayer." I have to go back and say, well, what are the things you're eating? Because I just saw not too long ago you were bragging about doing a barbecue pork steak cookout. Well, you're eating things that the Father calls an abomination, and by doing so, you're taking upon yourselves the diseases of Egypt, because our Father says in the Old Testament, he says, if you do these things, you're going to take on to yourselves the diseases of Egypt. And if you follow my commandments, you follow my instructions, I'll withhold those diseases from you. And so we have the diseases of Babylon. We have the diseases of Egypt. We have the diseases of the pagans here amongst us because people are not following the instructions. They're putting things into their body that our Father never created for us to digest and to process. Our bodies are not meant to eat these things. And so because of it, we have all of these diseases and all of these things throughout our churches, and people, call out for prayer. I have a hard time falling on my knees, going before the throne room of God, the throne room of our Father, which is bathed in fire and glowing in light, and has these strange creatures with eyes all over their bodies and four wings, and bowing down, crying, holy, holy, holy. I have a hard time getting on my knees and getting in prayer for someone who has disobeyed his Torah, who continues to do the things our Father says don't do. Our Father, the Father in heaven, said in the book of Proverbs, he said, those who turn away from hearing my law, even their prayer is an abomination. Even their prayer is an abomination. Has that verse changed? Should we rip that verse out of our Bible because somehow now we have our Messiah who takes away all those things? Go ahead and rip that verse out of your Bible if you want to. But our Father says, if you turn away your ear from hearing his Torah, his law, even your prayer is an abomination. And so I have a hard time getting on my knees and going before the throne room of God in my mind and asking and putting forth a petition for someone who I know is not following these instructions. I have a hard time doing that. And some of you say, Zach, you're so harsh. Come on. I didn't say it. Your Father in heaven said it. Go home, read your Bible. Thanks.